Read a new book that reveals the hearts of two teens who are forced to live in desperate circumstances. Joining me now for more in this sponsored interview is best-selling and award-winning author Neal Shusterman. Neal, so happy to have you.
A pleasure to be here.
Tell our viewers all about this new book, Break to You. What is it about?
Break to You is about two teenagers who are in detention, in juvenile detention. There's Adriana, who writes a journal, and she puts all of her deepest thoughts in this journal. Now, the boys and the girls never see each other in this center. They're separate wings, but they share facilities like the yard, the cafeteria, and the library. Well, Adriana accidentally leaves her journal in the library, and when she comes back to get it a couple of days later, she finds that a boy has written on all of her personal thoughts and has commented on all of her deepest things. So she's furious, but the only way to connect with him is to write back in the journal and hide it in the library for him to find. And so she does, and then he writes back, and pretty soon they have developed this relationship, even though they've never met each other, and they fall in love. And so that's what Break to You is about. It's about this story about these two kids who have never met each other, but know each other's hearts at a deep level.
Oh, star-crossed lovers. That's such a beautiful and intriguing plot. Now, you wrote this book with two other authors. Will you explain what that creative process was like?
Well, Michelle Nolden and Deborah Young are in my critique group, and I've known them for over 20 years. Always have wanted to work with them. And we started this during the pandemic when we were all in isolation, similar to the characters in Break to You. And so that whole idea of being isolated and trying to connect through the written word is woven into this story. I mean, really, woven is a good word because we took our talents, our abilities, our strengths, and wove them together, sort of braided the three of us to make this book. And it was really a fantastic process. Oh,
what inspired the three of you to write about teens in juvenile detention?
Having visited juvenile detention centers, I wanted to the problems in the system and how these kids can be institutionalized and can be forgotten. I mean, they can be swept under the rug. And the thing is that these are just kids. They are kids with hopes and dreams and hopes for a future. And we have to find ways to not deny them that future and let them get beyond any mistakes that they've made and become productive members of society.
Yeah, give them a chance to grow and do better as they know more and how to do that. What role does Adriana's journal play in helping her cope with the challenges of her sentence? And I think there's something to that, something healing.
Well, journal writing is a very healing thing. And in Break to You, Adriana, she writes poetry, she writes lyrics, she writes her deepest thoughts, things that she can't share with the other kids around them because for both Adriana and John, they have these facades. They have to they can't wear their hearts in their sleeves. They can only share it through the written word to each other. And that's how they connect. And we sort of see the difference between the relationships that they have with the people around them versus the relationship that they have with each other, even though they've never met.
Oh, I have a copy and I cannot wait to dive in. I'm so intrigued by the whole star-crossed lovers. And isn't there a story, I want to say Pyramus and Thisbe, where they fall in love from other sides of a wall? Very reminiscent of your storyline.
Oh, that's very interesting, an interesting connection there.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, the idea of calling it Break to You, the idea is that we're going to break down those walls because the story is kind of a bit of a breakout story because their friends decide that they need to meet. But how can you meet when you were in two different wings of a detention center? And so they sort of create this caper to get them to each other. And ultimately, finally, as the story moves on, to meet at the climax of the story.
Oh, absolutely love the storyline. Neal, where do our viewers go to get their hands on a copy?
You can get it anywhere. It's at Barnes & Noble, at your independent bookstores, on Amazon. So you can pick the book up anywhere. And I hope readers will enjoy it.
I hope so too. Neal, thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
And thank you again to HarperCollins Publishers for sponsoring this interview.